it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Brad Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on a late night Wednesday edition. The reason is because we're going to have our show. Then we're going to have some Jackets talk at 7, Inside Edge, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Great win last night for the boys. Awesome to see 2 wins now since getting back onto the sheet of ice after the Four Nations break. And then 9:30 tonight, we'll be back. Bodie and I will be back all night long as it takes. Buckeye basketball on the road at USC, the Galen Center, Los Angeles. Timmy Hall here with you, the Bode Man, and with me for the hour, Devere Posey, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you, Devere.
What's up, Tim, man? It's been a while, man.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. You know, these off seasons are all tricky, but
They're weird.
they're weird.
They are weird, but we got a lot going on here, both with Buckeye football. Obviously, the Combine is taking the front seat for the next few days. It's good to see the guys that left Ohio State with a national championship. It's different, you know? It's different going on to the Combine when you can walk tall, hold your head high. I know, you can think back to how it felt when you ended a season the right way with a big Rose Bowl victory. It just felt different. You felt better going on into the offseason. Now these guys get to go to the Combine that way as champs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, when the whole nation knows about your adversity, the best part is when you're training with guys from other schools. Like, they know your story. They know what you guys went through, and they kind of know you by name. And winning a national championship, you're never the same as a person. So when you walk through those Combine doors and you're talking like resume awards, that asterisk national champion means something player for player, pound for pound, Tim. When you're talking to teams, it's, you're talking to a winner. So
yeah,
it is holding your head high and chest out for sure.
15 guys.
Yeah.
15 guys. We're going to hear from some of them throughout the hour, too. So be listening at 6:46 tonight, because you're going to hear from guys like Jack Sawyer and JT Tuimoloau. Both Nicole Sheeran and Adam King from 10 TV. They were out there this morning. They got up around 2 o'clock this morning. I appreciate hard work. And just so you guys know, they were up that early and are both back helping out the sports team for 10, ready to do some TV packages from stuff that they collected in Indy today for both the 6 o'clock news and the 11 o'clock news later on tonight. Yeah. That's what they were doing today. I can't imagine how exhausted they were. Bodie and I are here commiserating about the late night with Ohio State basketball. But little old me, I'm taking the day tomorrow to recover, so I can't talk.
That had to be after the night that Adam did Carnell at the crew game, so he must have woke up and drove to Indy or something like that.
No, Adam was here with me yesterday.
Okay, so that was Sunday night, the crew game.
That was Saturday.
That was Saturday?
Saturday was Crew's Miss.
Okay.
That was the night in the Arena District we had the Crew and the Jackets at the same time.
Guess what
and
I did?
And they both got big wins over Chicago.
And guess what I accidentally did that night?
What did you do?
I wanted Buca de Beppo. Found out that they only had
the Arena District location.
Tim,
you went down there.
I ordered, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is the worst."
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I had to walk like 20 minutes.
What are you doing? Oh my God, Devere, what are you doing?
Well, we were coming out of a little.
You had to have Buca de Beppo. You had to have it that bad?
No, so we were doing like the travel basketball week. It was one of those in the gym all day.
You were in the gym all day, and you're like looking on the phone, like, what can we get? Where can we go?
Well, let's go get a family style meal. Because we're having some people come over. Another family came over.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just get Buca. It's easy, right? Like, you just grab some parm.
Get a bunch of to-go orders.
Get some big salad. No, they do family style. Like, if you search family style in Columbus,
but you were picking up. You were not going.
I was just picking up.
You weren't going to eat. Yeah.
I wasn't trying to offend anybody. Yeah, I was just ordering but I just had to walk.
So where did you have to park?
I had to walk on the other side of the by High Park. I had to walk.
Wow.
I know.
On the other side of Goodale, basically?
It was an hour. It's like an hour and 20 minutes just for takeout. Oh, man.
There seems to be a lot of stuff going on in our fair town.
Listen, Columbus, downtown with the crew.
You're a sports guy, too.
And the jackets. I said that. I said,
how did you not know this?
That it was double booked tonight, and I covered these two teams.
You too, though. I feel like I got to do my part in bringing you more into the Jackets fan base.
Bring me in.
I need to get you more into hockey.
I'm all on board.
I know you've done some of the crew games now. I've seen you've purchased some of the gear. But these Jackets, man, you just got to respect the way that they play the game.
Yeah.
You talk about dealing with adversity. We talk about that a lot. I think the Buckeyes, in different ways, obviously, because Ohio State football is always starting up near the top of the pile. It's just the issues here lately have been you're right there. You're in the party. You're in the mix every single year. We know that one game that's been a roadblock for them. And that, unfortunately, before the system had changed, had stopped them from doing all that they set out to accomplish right then and there. It's still a problem, even if it's just the one loss, right? Because it keeps you from being the team that you ultimately want to be. Yep. But they dealt with the adversity this year. They had a lot of hype. They had a lot going for them in terms of their roster. They lost the one game. They didn't let it kill them. They used the system to their advantage. They got back up and won 4 incredibly big games. So dealt with adversity, came out the right side. Jackets with having a death and, losing some key players, knew everything. Injuries, just the man games that they have lost.
Guy won out of here last year. He wanted to get out of Columbus.
Line wants to get out of here, and then he's dogging you after he's already gone when he's on the other side. And then you got Jackets like Zach Werenski sticking up for the team, and they're throwing barbs right back at Patrick, which I fully agreed with. Don't you be talking about us after you're gone.
Would it be wrong to do a Bo Schembechler reference here?
He's a Michigan man, but he's our guy.
Well, we
got a lot of those Michigan men on that team, but they're our guys.
Those who stay will be champions. And that's sort of what's happening with this Jackets team is how you're explaining it.
It's good to see.
It's good to see.
I mean, they're fighting for their playoff lives, and let's be perfectly clear with each other. We know that is a nice accomplishment and a nice place to be for year one here.
Absolutely.
With a team that was not expected to be in that position. I hope in the buzz that we feel in this town when they are close, when they are in that playoff mix, God forbid they're in the playoffs, it is a special kind of jolt. There's just something about playoff hockey that scratches an itch.
It feels like we have an actual professional team in Columbus.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, and God love the crew for what they have accomplished.
Yeah.
And winning 2 cups is incredible.
Do you think it's fair for the
I meant 2 cups recently. I know they have a third.
I want to ask you, do you think it's fair for the powers that be to decide for us that we only have enough love for Ohio State and not a professional team?
No, I don't think it's fair.
That's not fair, right?
I think it needs to be reevaluated. I think the way that this town has grown
and how it's going to grow.
I know what you're putting down, and the fact that a WNBA team was coming in here and it doesn't get to Columbus, I think is a failure on our part.
In Ohio,
yeah. I think it's a huge miss because all you got to do is go back. You look at what Ohio State basketball is doing, and you look at what the Final Four did when it was in Columbus and how just awesome it was. And not just the games, the environment for those games.
That was that Farley Dickerson run not too long ago. That was here in Columbus.
I'm talking about when the women's Final Four national championship was in the same building.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about just huge. The NCAA tournament a couple of years ago.
NCAA tournament basketball is awesome whenever it's at nationwide. Yeah. So, no, I'm definitely picking up what you're throwing down in that regard.
Who was it that won the year that the women were here, Tim?
I wonder.
I can't remember.
Could it have been God's team?
I think it was the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that Skylar Diggins?
That's what made Hidalgo. Then Hidalgo is saying, God, I want to be a Notre Dame basketball player when I grow up.
That's right.
That's right. No big deal. Just winning natties. That's all. Bodie back there doing his thing. Hey, I got something for you, DeVere. I have something that I think he's going to like or completely hate. Because what's it like when a player gets to hear about not just his strengths, but his weaknesses as well? I have right in front of my face your NFL draft combine profile.
Mine?
DeVere Posey's. And he will get to hear that next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit oda.org.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5. It's the new $5 Pizza Pals menu from Donato's. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Goes to
Rothman and Ice has been named the best midday show in the country by our industry peers.
A winner if ever there was one.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Also, Common Man and T-Bone has been named best show at sucking. The Fan.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including all-wheel drive versions of the best-selling Corolla. Now through March 3rd, get low-rate financing on a Corolla or lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE for $229 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Scattered showers and a few storms and temperatures right around 50 degrees on this Wednesday. Overnight, we'll see the showers and any thunderstorms tapering off down to around 40 and breezy and dry by Thursday morning. During the day, however, we'll only gain a few degrees, getting back into the mid-40s with more scattered late-day showers into Thursday night. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
College radio done by professionals. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, my man DeVere Posey, DeVere Day Wednesday right here. Yes, indeed, we are brought to you by our good friends at Care Source and also by Coors Light. We thank them for sponsoring this lovely program. I want to do something that's going to be fun and maybe a little bit awkward for DeVere as well. In just a minute, I want to tell you guys about my friends first at Tri-State Men's Health. I've talked about them for a while, and you hear me talking about the different things that they can cure. Low testosterone, that's one of them, but they are also experts at treating that dreaded two-letter acronym, ED, erectile dysfunction. It's a bad, bad thing. It can cause a lot of problems, not just the, in that room type of stuff that we're talking about, but depression, arguments, breakups. It can even lead to divorce. Why let it get to that point? Don't let it be a relationship destroyer. Talk to Tri-State Men's Health. They are experts at treating it. They've got treatments that will work when the pills or herbals fail you. They got treatments with success rates over 90%. So check them out. They got 2 lovely locations right here in Central Ohio. They're probably close to home, right there in Westerville and in Hilliard, right near Fish's house. You can have a lunch with our boss, Fish, if that suits you. If he can fit it into his schedule. He's probably here at work already, but you know what I mean. The initial visit, $99. You get the TMPSA test. If medically advised, a test dose. If it doesn't work in the office, that visit is free. You could be doing it the very next day. Wow. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Check them out. DeVere, you swear that I did this when we first started working together, maybe a couple years ago when we were doing a February show.
Yep. This was like the first time because it was like when I first started working at the radio, it was in off season, and we might have to pull it out of the archives, too.
I'm just impressed that this stuff, certain stuff lives on the internet. Like that they've got the databases and the bandwidth to just keep these things archived in the actual page. I mean, this is legit NFL.com/prospects. It's in that domain, and I'm looking at your photo.
Let me ask you something, Tim.
You got a purple jersey on. I wonder what that is. And it's got an NFL shield on, too.
Let me ask you something. What interview process is more entertaining than the combine? It's the greatest interview process in the world.
I feel like you're the one, and it
has to have cameras.
I've talked to many players because we're fortunate to have worked with a lot of former Buckeyes that have had the NFL Combine experience.
Yeah.
Didn't you have some stories of some teams that really pissed you off at the levels of which they went into? Because, I mean, with your career at Ohio State, I understand how they were going to get really into the weeds in your interview process.
Well, here's the thing. It was just they were trying to ask character concerning questions about the trouble at Ohio State, but I didn't have any character concerns. I had never failed a drug test. I'd never had a DUI. I'd never had lower than a C in college. Right?
Never lower than a C.
Yeah, never.
But B's and A's.
B's and A's, and so
in
my
C.
In a C's, but it's never. I've never.
It's good.
Never gotten a fight. Nothing. Never anything. So I was.
It was all the Tatgate.
It was so.
They wanted to make it all about that. I'm sure. Right.
Well, the conversations were, am I right to assume something about your character, and does that play in the football? And my biggest thing was, it was like, nah. It was a financial decision. And it impacted my playing time and my games here, but I don't think it correlates with you can say I have character concerns because I missed 10 games.
How ready were you for those kind of questions mentally? And if you had to go back and grade yourself at how you did,
I did. I got an A+. So my agent, his name is Mike Parrott. He's actually Cam Hayward's agent, and he's been Cam Hayward's agent this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He flew in. Ken Herrock. I don't know if you remember the Herrocks that were the GMs for the Packers back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Brett Favre.
Yeah,
Brett Favre
okay.
times.
Yeah,
Ken
for
Herrock.
for sure.
So Ken Herrock came in and basically right over there on Olentangy, right by it used to be the old University Plaza. We rented a business room and we went through. The first day was let's identify a play that, when it's time to talk football, Let's talk football. Boom. So we figured that out. We answered the football questions. When you have to do plays, I don't know. You see it in the whitebboard situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when we used to watch the Gruden show before he had to go away.
They practice 6 plays that they in their mind, and they're like, all right, like, draw up a play, draw your favorite pass, draw your screen.
You got to be ready for that.
So we practiced that day 1. Day 2, we practiced
what you like about it, what your role is in it. Yeah.
Well, then day 2, we practice formulating the story and owning the story of the tattoo stuff and saying, hey, it was a mistake. This is what happened.
Sure.
Nobody was hit.
This is why, what I was
accident,
thinking. Yeah.
No DUIs, no felonies, nothing, right? No misdemeanors. I want to play football. I've accepted it. Can we move on?
Ready to move on from it.
Cut the tape on. And then, I literally told Riverboat Ron, your guy.
Can we shut up about this?
Ron Riviera. I told him, I said, Ron.
Ron, that's it.
Ron
Rivera.
I said, Ron, cut the tape on.
Riverboat Ron had major issues with this, right? He wouldn't let it go. He was badgering, right?
No, he was good cop. It was the GM that was bad cop.
Okay.
And I didn't like his good cop because it rubbed me wrong because, like Ron, what are we doing, man? Turn on the tape, man.
Who was his GM back then? Do you remember?
Can't remember,
Yeah,
man.
I can't remember who Carolina's GM would have been.
Yeah, so, you are, Tim, you're prepared. All of these guys at these places that they train, Tim, they are literally worried about answering the questions and murdering the interviews. So that was the thing about the Ohio State guys, though, Tim, that I was worried about. That combine preparation process for our guys and our boys is so much – it's the shortest in combine history. Bottom line, they had the least time to prepare for the combine than any other player that's ever entered the NFL because of this extended college football season.
I wonder if in some way that can turn out to be a positive because mentally you're not thinking about it, and then obviously,
I wonder if their bodies are okay to perform.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm ultra impressed because as it stood this morning, I hadn't seen or heard of anybody that was not working out.
Well, we had a healthy
15
run.
guys that were there, and I think they're this year's Buckeyes all going to do the on-field drills, interviews, and everything, the full shebang.
We had a healthy run outside of a few people, but and obviously Knicks. But the thing about football, when you're continuing to play, Tim, that's the secret. You can't really take an off season off. Like guys that you take an off season. And, you say, hey, I'm not doing anything for 2 months. It's so much harder to get your body going again. But if you take 2 weeks off and then just do light stuff, just lighten the load capacity, but still do something every day. I think our guys might go and perform well because, man, they're in – I think their on-field drills will be great because they've been practicing.
Still tip-top shape.
Yeah, they're just coming – I feel like that championship was last weekend.
It wasn't that long ago. We just hit the 1 month mark.
Yep.
That was it. And then they're back here doing it.
Yeah, so these guys will be ready to roll, man.
All right, so let's do this. I got 6'2", 211-pound prospect out of Ohio State named DeVere Posey, wide receiver. He's got arm length of 31 5/8 inches, hand size 9 5/8 of an inch. There you go.
Is that small hands?
Pretty average, right?
Okay, Tim.
Well, I mean, they're not gigantor hands, right?
Well, you just
like
said I had average hands. I got average hands, Tim. Mark.
Well, you know what I meant. The size of them. Obviously, they can catch anything that's thrown their way.
I'm going to take it personally when it comes to hands.
I just offended DeVere. I said something about a wide receiver's hands and just said that they were average. That came out completely wrong.
I get what you were saying, but I could have took it another way.
I know, and we're going over the NFL combine profile too, which is going to get weird here in a second. But it's not me. This is not coming from me. This is just what's on the sheet.
This is Mike Mayock.
So it could be Mike Mayock and some other guys. Todd. You want to take a look at DeVere Posey and the tack ache? You don't wonder where's mine is at right now, but a pretty good player. Like the route running, very good skill, good hands. Didn't say average hands. Meant that in terms of the size and the length, not how good he can catch touchdown catch. Pretty good in that Oregon game. We're going up and down the field. Lots of catches, lots of yards. DeVere Posey, pretty good player. So let's get Mel Kiper out of the room. Prospect grade 76.50. Now, that's a next-gen stat thing. I don't even know if that grade was around when you were going through the system. I know they had like a number like to 8.0, which meant like a perfect grade. Yeah, they didn't have this, but they have retroactively given you this, which 71 tells me it's in the green, and that's good. So you're 5 points above that. Obviously, you were a third-round pick from the Houston Texans. So we go to the analysis. This was the good stuff. This was the stuff that had not changed. And your numbers, by the way, 40-yard dash, you ran a 4.5. 10-yard split, 1.55. Vertical jump, 36.5 inches. DeVere Posey with the hops. He's throwing down dunks with that.
And you know at the combine, they always take the slowest time. I really ran a 4.3. So you run 2 times.
They
take the slowest time.
Do you want the good first or the bad first? What do you want?
The bad.
We're going to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Here's the weaknesses part, right? We have overview, strengths, and weaknesses. Here it was. Yeah. Posey will get caught peeking at incoming safeties. I know.
Tim has done this before.
I know. When going across the middle.
I need to get your radio weakness profile. I'm asking Fish, give me Tim's radio weakness profile. I'm reading it next Buckeye.
It's a long list. I get it. He shows toughness when blocking, but not here. He sometimes will seem uninvolved in the physical aspect of the game or when the ball and play are not coming toward him. That's it. That's all it was.
I'll be honest.
That was it.
I'll be honest. That's not wrong. Read that last part.
You want me to read that again? He sometimes will seem uninvolved in the physical aspect of the game or when the ball and play are not coming toward him.
Be honest, man. I hope that guy's still employed in the NFL because I want to catch passes. I don't want to tackle people.
Well, there you go.
Hey, look,
there you go.
He did his job. He did his job right there.
And here were the strengths, right? Posey can struggle. I love how it starts with a weakness. It says Posey can struggle off the line, but understands, for the most part, how to stem the routes to set up a defender and then use his suddenness to change directions. That's good. We definitely see that from you. He can burst and stick his foot in the ground at the top of the routes to gain separation. Except when going across the middle and facing a big hit, he is superb at adjusting his body once the ball is thrown to secure the catch. He's effective after the catch with the ball in his hands and can make a small move to get upfield. He is a very polished route runner and overall receiver. And some of your plays in that Oregon game, as I mentioned when I was doing Mel Kiper, your touchdown catch against Oregon is world class. You know that.
It was a good play.
World class play. The way that you changed and put your hands to the outside as the ball was in the air. It's like you had this innate ability to be on the same page as TP and knew where that ball was going to be to thump. Own that. You loved playing against that DB that day too. I know you said that before.
Yeah, man, it was
Gilden.
Yeah, but you know the thing about the combine, and you know the thing about weaknesses and strength with football. Like most of the time, the guys who are going to rip our guys, these 15 guys, it's normally true. And the thing about football and even professional sports is like the reality that you're good enough to be in the pros, but also the reality enough that this is your job. And like you have to be professional enough to work on your weaknesses to stay here. And I think that's the best part about the combine. Hindsight, looking at it differently now, is that you wish you'd have kind of took those weaknesses, put them in your locker, blew them up, and work on them every day, right?
More to heart.
That's what DeVere Posey now would do, And I feel like encouraging these guys going to the combine, hey, they're there to tell you how great you are not. This process isn't about
use it.
You have to learn.
Use it like Amon-Ra St. Brown uses it.
Well, to be honest, the combine is a devaluing process. I'm here to save money for the organization in what way I can, but also find talent in a cheap way. So
all right, do or die tonight for the Buckeye men's basketball team. Adam Jardy of the Dispatch. He's going to give us his read on this group in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5. It's the new $5 Pizza Pals menu from Donato's. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Congrats, Buckeyes. Cheers for the 2024 national champions. We know there's nothing like celebrating in Columbus. So wherever you choose to celebrate, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Are you looking for a new ride? And do you want the best experience and service in the city? Yes? Good. Go see my guys at Jermaine Lexus. The all-new 2025 TX is back in stock and arriving daily. Plus, they've got great 42-month leases for the 2025 NX350 all-wheel drive that start at $399 a month. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please do stop in. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations, Dublin, Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Preseason, midseason, offseason. We keep on rolling. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall and DeVere Posey, man that don't do special teams.
Crazy.
I'm here to catch the ball.
Yeah, I was definitely a trust player, not an Urban player. Because, Urban had starters, right? He had starters, and he broke that mindset.
He sure did. Yeah, he sure did. Guys like Scary Terry.
Yeah, man. No, my favorite.
Making hay and then doing what they do.
My favorite Urban's 2 special team players was Devin Smith. He was probably the greatest gunner ever at Ohio State. He probably forced more fair catches than a lot of people realize. Do you remember how good of a gunner Devin Smith was?
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
And he would do it right after, he ran a goal ball. He would come back and do it. And then Chris Olave, his special team days, you talking about a special receiver. He was special. He was a good special teams player for Urban.
We're going to talk some basketball now. Adam Jardy covers Ohio State men's hoops, as you guys know, does a very good job doing it for the Columbus Dispatch. And the team is finishing up the Los Angeles trip. As we were talking some football there, Adam, I can't remember the last time we had a legitimate football/basketball guy. It's not really something that can happen again today. Ricky Dudley obviously was elite at it. And we had some brief discussion about JT Tuimoloau, but clearly that wasn't going to happen. You think we'll ever see something like that again? Ever's a long time, I know.
I don't think we will, no. Nate Sally. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, wow. That's a name right there.
He played a little bit of both, and I did a story when JT got to campus about the unlikeliness of someone actually doing both sports ever again. And he was really Nate Sally was really honest about it, where he said he had people tell him you're going to hit just a wall at some point. If you're doing both, you're going to be middle basketball season. And he told me about a day where he got into practice for basketball and his body just stopped working, and he had to be helped to his locker, and he was just completely devastated, just done. And that's someone who wasn't playing a whole lot on the basketball team. I think those days, unfortunately, are becoming more and more a thing in the past. I have a hard time seeing it in the future.
So you really do have to tip the cap and just sort of look back in awe at the guys that did it, not just as a cup of coffee, but also at a high level. I mean, think about a guy like Charlie Ward, how he wins a Heisman and then goes, hey, you know what? I think I'll go to the NBA.
But
it's pretty crazy.
But Mickey Marotti was probably somewhere in high school during that time. His strength program and the demands of pushing your body to reach peak performance in the sports.
Yeah.
You just can't. I think that's what's taken it a leap for, two sport athletes is the amount of work you have to put in
for just
between
the one sport.
Performance. Yeah, it's tough. It's just the load is too tough. What's up, Jardy? How you doing, man?
Hey, good to talk to you, DeVere.
Absolutely.
What do we think, Adam? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to tell when they're in between games right here and they're still on the road. I talked about this a couple times since the UCLA game. Jake Diebler, to me, seemed very upbeat and very positive that they at least had their fight and toughness back against UCLA, but the execution was not there to go on the road and beat a team, and they did not shoot the ball well at all. 2 worst offensive games of the season here in their last 2 times out.
It's funny that you came away with that same impression, and you and I haven't talked about this, but I wasn't sure what type of Jake Diebler we would get after that UCLA game, it was a lot more upbeat, positive, like, they just lost, and certainly he wasn't hiding from that, but it was not. I did not come away from it with the, oh man, like they're really searching for answers right now, or boy, this. For a team that's on a 3-game losing streak that had been dealing with all kinds of illness and everything for so long, it seems like I came out of that press conference feeling like he feels like they're close. So whether they can now turn that into making some shots and beating a team that they're better than USC, whether they can show that tonight or not, I think that's wherever the season goes is going to hinge on what they're able to do tonight. But he at least seems positive that it's going to be better.
Absolutely, Jardy. Want to just get into some perspectives, especially for Buckeye fans. So when you talk about, I think what's going on with our team this year is personnel issues, and when I say that, I'm directly, referring to the front court. And I just think personnel-wise, we don't have the right personnel. But Diebler, he was on staff, right? And normally when head coaches get jobs, you always hear you don't know if this is a myth, but everybody says it, right? Like you got to give them some time to get their recruits in there, right? Is everybody granted that grace period of saying, hey, I finally got all my guys in here? And then with the element of the portal, can one expire with that time to get their guys in there, or does Diebler have time?
I mean, he has his guys.
Yep.
He recruited the whole roster, but basically the last 2 seasons at Ohio State. So these are his guys, and they've been his guys. I don't think that if anyone wants to say well, just wait till he gets his guys. I don't think that holds water right now. I do think the thing that merits some investigating or just some deeper thought, I think, is that he was putting this roster together while also hiring a coaching staff. This is something I've been thinking about a lot the last week or two. And you look at the overall construction of the roster and how they're not. It's not as fully deep as I think you would like it to be. Right. I think there are some glaring weaknesses on it. And part of me wonders, when this roster was mostly being assembled, he had one assistant coach.
Yeah, it was just him. He was at the state championship the week after he
alone
got
with John. He's like, hey, there's my brother. Yeah. And I won't be allowed to hire him because of state law.
So, I think that's a factor, and there's a line between reasons and excuses, and I think it puts certainly an onus on this off season, and presuming you're keeping your coaching staff intact and no one's going to hire anybody off, you have a chance to really dive in, dissect, and figure out how do you get a legitimate big man in that's a proven commodity. There's some things like that are clearly some misfires on this roster. And I'm very fascinated to see what that looks like this offseason when they're all assembled.
We agree on that. Adam Jardy, the Dispatch on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. DeVere's kind of going that way. This was a very expensive player, Aaron Bradshaw. What do you think he's going to do tonight? And if you could, in a word, sum up what he's been this year, what would you say?
I mean, I would say underwhelming. And certainly, we go back and look at the things that we talked about and we wrote and we analyzed when the season began. And so much of the potential for this roster lie in the growth that you're expecting to see from Sean Stewart and Aaron Bradshaw. That those guys were going to go from being bit players on blue blood programs a season ago to contributing consistent performers on a team that was expected to take a step this year. Sean Stewart's had his moments. And I like, in general, what I've seen from him, even though he's got a long way to go offensively. But, Aaron Bradshaw's averaging fewer rebounds a game while playing more minutes than he played last year at Kentucky.
2.8.
Wow.
Yeah, and his scoring has ticked up a little bit. I mean, but he's, for a guy who's 7'1", 215, and you're expecting to build so much around him, he hasn't performed nearly to that level. And that has been critical to this team being where it is right now. They've not gotten that front court production from either of those guys.
Absolutely. And then, Jardy,
my word would be disastrous.
Well, you ask yourself.
I'm sorry. That would be my word.
Well, you got to ask yourself, and I don't want to use Ryan Day and Diebler, to compare the two, but I think Ryan Day's mentality is, hey, we're going to do portal production versus portal potential, and I just think Diebler was on the side of portal potential, and it's backfiring right now.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And that's, I mean, you look at this portal class, I mean, Micah Parrish has exceeded expectations.
Absolutely.
He's been, I think, more consistent
but
than
he's
I expected.
He's portal production, Jardy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he has production. So
Yep, and that's a great point. That's a great way to look at it. I think they definitely need to look. It's such a fine line, and I think it's different in basketball because you can bring in like one guy who's going to then chase off the next guy. You know, and I mean, we saw that with Aaron Bradshaw and Felix Okpara.
Yep.
And, you know, so there's a fine line to walk between, like, do you bring in an immediate contributor or a guy that you think can be a piece? But I think it's clear when you look at this roster and what they need to be next year. Like, there are at least two spots where they need to bring in immediate production.
Yep.
And that's going to be the critical thing for this roster in the offseason.
Let's learn fast. Adam, always like talking round ball with you. Thanks for doing it tonight.
This is so much fun, guys. Appreciate you having me.
Yep, no doubt about it. Adam Jardy from the Columbus Dispatch. Follow him on social media for all things Buckeye men's basketball. Two of our Ohio State Buckeyes are especially enjoying their time together this week in Indy at the NFL Combine. One final time. I'll tell you what that's about next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling Toyota Camry. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. Now through March 3rd, get 4.99 APR financing on Camry or lease a Camry LE from just $289 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing with approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick, but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
Rockman and Ice.
If you knew you had $100 million, but you had to walk to the office, you're not going skiing the day before.
Rockman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Skyway is back at Skyline Chili for 2 weeks only. Order a Skyway today and get 50% extra cheese at no extra charge on your regular or large 3, 4, or 5-way at participating locations for a limited time.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tailgating is a state of mind. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, DeVere Posey on a Wednesday. Our man, Bodie Wells back there. One more time, I want to tell you about my good friends at Tri-State Men's Health. I hit on ED earlier in the show, and I also told you they're experts at treating low testosterone. If you think you might have low testosterone or low T, maybe that libido is not there like you want it to be. You want it to be thriving, right? March Madness is coming up. You got to be upbeat in all facets of your life, on the court and off the court. But low T can have a significant impact on even your desire for intimacy. So that's a big factor. That's big, too. You could just be feeling an overall lack of energy. Maybe you're not getting the results you want in the gym. Sleep patterns are all off. So check out TriStateMen'sHealth.com. You can see them. You can take a simple little low T quiz, and you can find out if you fit the bill. It's 10 simple questions. You get that first appointment. It's $99. You get the T and PSA test. And if you sign up for the testosterone treatment, the day of the appointment, your visit is free. So what could go wrong? Check out their treatment plans for low testosterone. Quick shots in the ace, if you're like me, in, out. Very simple, very quick. Steal all their mints. It's great. The facilities are lovely. 2 good ones right here in Central Ohio. Tri-State Men's Health. So, DeVere, Bodie, I don't know. Are you into the basketball shorts at all? I mean, I know you're a big Boston Celtics guy. You have a lot of gear, and you are a shorts guy when summer comes around.
I almost wore shorts today. I walked outside. I was like, man, it's pretty nice out today.
What, do you have a specific brand of basketball shorts
not really.
You like to go to just all over?
Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, whatever's comfortable.
Because Under Armour's got the Notre Dame contract.
Correct, yep.
Nike has the NBA contract, right?
Yep.
Yeah, football and basketball, yep.
Well, I had picked up on this website. They used to be called 19.9, something like that. And they got bought out by the folks at Slam Magazine, same ones, one and the same. I don't know if they spawned off a separate business, but it's now Slam Goods. So it's got all, and what a great concept, because college basketball junkies, there is just something special about the shorts. You can forget about the jersey. I'm not saying jerseys aren't any good, but I think the shorts go much better for fashion sense than the jersey. Well, and they specialize in making the exact shorts, game shorts, of a specific era of that program.
But they're better.
And they're good ones, man.
They're better than the shorts from that era because they have the technology now. So
they can just make them look.
They are
the fabric and like better. the waistband is so it's thicker and a full thick waistband.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
How about that white waistband on those UConn 90 shorts?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get up and show off my shorts, even for the YouTube crowd. Should I?
You should.
No, this is the
Stand on the table,
No,
Tim.
It's the Buckeye show. I'm wearing Kansas Jayhawks shorts. I'm not going to do that.
You're right.
You guys know, but that's I got a pair for my birthday.
Good choice.
Yeah, and they're the Danny Manning era Kansas Jayhawks shorts. I'm getting a lot of compliments on them, and DeVere is showing me some of his favorites. Cincinnati Bearcats shorts from the 90s with the blocked striping.
The white ones.
No, the black ones with the white block striping.
I like those.
Look clean to me.
Those are nice, but those white Cincinnati.
You want the reverse of that.
Tim, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
It was a big thing for
Cincy guy.
Cincy guy. And you gotta remember, in the 90s, Michael Jordan, his brand, never sponsored people or teams. He sponsored University of Cincinnati, like one of his first sponsors outside of North Carolina. And they had the same colors as the Chicago Bulls. So those guys would be wearing the Jordans that were coming out in Christmas. Before anybody had them in Ohio, they had them.
Do you see the Xavier throwback shorts on my screen right
those
there?
Are fire. Those
sort of like
David
the royal blue with the powder blue and white on the sides.
That's David West. That's like his freshman year.
This was pre-West, right?
This is 90s.
This is early 90s. I want to say David West was a little bit later.
His freshman year, it was 96. So I don't know if they still were wearing
I don't know
those.
if they were still wearing these, but they might have on some throwback nights. But they're amazing. But college basketball shorts, if we're leaving Ohio State out, if we're just for sake of the argument, because that's the show, and that site does have Buckeye gear, and they have a pair up there that's pretty pricey, but it's like a Jim Jackson set of shorts, and ooh-wee, are they pretty? But I would say these programs, and you can pick any variety of the eras. Connecticut, right? UConn's shorts with the Husky on the side.
It's about the logo too. The 90s logo makes a difference in the shorts.
Georgetown.
The
Argyle.
The Bulldog.
Georgetown.
The Bulldog goes hard.
Here's one that might throw you for a loop, but they've got several eras. St. John's.
St. John's is fire.
The Red Storm.
St. John's is fire.
Oh my goodness. They've got a pair of shorts that they went wild for like a few years.
Yep.
Where they it was almost like a tie-dye. Folks that really know college basketball, they'll know what I'm trying to say, but it was, they were clean. But enough of the shorts. Enough of the shorts right
Tim,
there.
I gotta give you my tops.
Okay, go ahead. Because I want to hear from Jack and JTT.
Here we go.
What are your favorite shorts?
90s G-Tech, that Bumblebee. You remember the Bumblebee?
Yes.
Yep. Here we go.
With the gold and the navy. It's nice.
Yeah, here we go. Syracuse.
Okay.
And then I'll go Michigan State 90s, like Mateen Cleaves era.
Oh, yeah.
Those were fire. And
pretty
then,
good.
And then my last
Don't give me North Carolina.
No, it's Maryland.
North Carolina.
Maryland.
Terps. That's good.
You remember that
big
old
block
Terp?
M there?
You remember that Terp?
With the turtle.
the turtle.
And the M.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
No doubt about it. So Jack Sawyer and JTT, those are the two guys I was referencing back there, how they are really living in the moment, soaking it up in Indy. They're rooming together.
That's sweet.
One last time as national champs for guys that were so hyped up. And then at some points, we were all questioning where their production was. Was it the style that they were running back there? Was that, Larry Johnson? Was that Jim Knowles not deploying them a certain way? But when it was all said and done, and you look at some of the big games that the Buckeyes had, and JTT and Jack Sawyer, obviously handprints all over what they did. This was Jack Sawyer with our Adam King from 10 TV from today on the satisfaction of leaving Ohio State better than how he found it.
It feels great. It feels good being able to finish my career at Ohio State and go out on top as a national champion. So knowing that we left the program better in a place than we found it is good to know, knowing that now we're former players, which sounds really weird. But at the same time, blessed to be here. It's a dream come true for me since I was a little kid. I'm excited about it.
Pretty cool stuff. And he's talking about how he's not trying to think about draft day at this moment.
Right now I'm trying not to think about it too much, just because we got a lot to handle up until then. But yeah, I've thought a little bit about it. It's going to be special. Whenever my name's called, whenever that may be, it's going to be a special moment for me and my family who's helped me get there and been with me every step of the way. So I can't wait. I'm excited about that, but we got a lot of business to take care of leading up to that. And I'm sure that when that day comes, though, it'll be awesome. It'll be fun.
And honestly, how many times would a guy like Jack Sawyer be asked about the famous scoop and score, maybe the most famous play in Ohio State football history, or at least this century?
How many times has someone asked you about the scoop and score since that Dallas game? Over, under 100?
Oh, over 200. Sorry.
No.
I keep, but yeah, definitely probably over 100, no doubt.
Always good for an S-bomb, isn't he? Can't put him on the air.
I love it.
Got to edit that, man. This was Jalen talking about the championship feeling not sinking in yet.
It hasn't hit yet because how quick everything's just transitioned. But I think whenever we go back and get our rings, I think that's when it's going to hit. Like, man, we really did it. Just being able to leave a legacy at Ohio State and to come back to Ohio as a national championship champion, it's going to be a blessing. But it hasn't hit yet, so I'm waiting for that feeling to come.
All right, so tomorrow I think you're going to get these Buckeyes out there in drills. It would be Ty Hamilton, Tyleik Williams, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimoloau, and Cody Simon. 3 to 8:30 coverage on NFL Network tomorrow. DeVere,
man,
thanks a lot for doing it, man.
You already know, man. We're here. Combine time. Let's go. Thanks, Tim.
We got to beat USC tonight.
Yes, we do.
Got to beat USC tonight. Let's get it done. We've got Inside Edge. Hockey talk coming up for an hour. Then we will see you at 9:30 to warm you up for the Buckeyes at USC. We'll be up here soon on The Fan.
Your morning just got beefier. Morning Juice with Beamer, Bobby, and Shark.
Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through March 3rd, you can get 4.99 APR financing on a new gas-powered 25 RAV4. Or lease a gas-powered 25 RAV4 LE for $339 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Congrats, Buckeyes. Cheers for the 2024 national champions. We know there's nothing like celebrating in Columbus. So wherever you choose to celebrate, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Are you looking for a new ride? And do you want the best experience and service in the city? Yes? Good. Go see my guys at Jermaine Lexus. The all-new 2025 TX is back in stock and arriving daily. Plus, they've got great 42-month leases for the 2025 NX350 all-wheel drive that start at $399 a month. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please do stop in. Jermaine Lexus.